Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. You may have heard and seen, and I've kind of neglected doing anything on this specific topic until now. And it is the whole, claim in a day, veterans going in and walking away with their claim decision, rapidly, right? The claims clinics that are out there. And I want to kind of give you my thoughts on it. I don't know. I'm a little bit, I guess, frustrated might be the right word. And you'll get where I'm going here in a minute. So I'm going to kind of just rattle. I mean, I'm not reading anything. This isn't a news release. This is kind of my thoughts on this. And I would really, really like to get your thoughts on this as well. All right. So with that, hit the thumbs up for me. Subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really, really appreciate it. The two asks truly are: hit the thumbs up, let the video run. That will tell YouTube that we are back in action and push this information out to more folks. If you want to support the channel in other ways, please consider being a member. You can do that by going to the homepage. You'll see the highlighted members there and a join button. So thank you so much to all you members. I really appreciate you. I do my best to get back to you. I had a little hiatus, we'll say, from the channel for a few days because it got hacked. And I got it back up and running. It took about 3.5 days. So I'm a bit behind. So I'm getting back to everybody as quickly as I can. So thank you for your patience. All right. So with that, let's jump into this. So claim in a day, getting the decision, it just sounds like a magical world. And how awesome is that? Face value, awesome, great, fantastic. VA should do more of that, right? But that's not reality, right? There's no way. I mean, they have a backlog. And essentially what's happening here is that if you're a veteran and you go to a claims clinic, right, you are now putting yourself in a position to front load yourself, which is great, good for you. Get your claim done in a day. That's awesome. And you bypass the 300,000 backlog of veterans who are sitting there on their hands waning. Now, my problem with, I guess, this is, one, it's not sustainable. Sure, it looks good on paper. It gives you some good talking points, which is maybe what the VA secretary is actually looking for, and the VA, right? Because they have not been hitting it out of the park, man. They have been failing in many different fronts. And this gives them a good talking point. It looks good. They're working with VFW. They're working together to get these claims done. They see however many veterans they see, and so on and so forth. Now, I think that the appropriate way, if you wanted to do something like this, VA, is you would want to maybe pick the most vulnerable of us, right? The most vulnerable or the most in need veterans, or surviving spouses, or surviving dependents, or dependent parents, right? Those types of claims should be the ones that should be allowed at these types of clinics that could get front loaded, right? The ones that would be more difficult, right? Pension claims for surviving spouses, pension claims for veterans, dependency indemnity compensation, or if you have a qualifier for an expedited claim, the priority processing, there's 5, 6, 7 different ways in which you can get your claim processed quicker through priority processing. For example, your age is a factor, or you're at risk of becoming homeless, or you have a condition that is likely to cause death, right? Those types of things should be the ones that are allowed to move forward, right? Now, again, look, I'm not taking anything away. I get it. Look, that's awesome that you can go in and get your claim done in a day. That's sweet. And that would be awesome if that was the norm. But again, it's not sustainable. We're talking about the VA that, now I'm going to go down my little off the top of my head rabbit hole here. We're talking about the VA that is $15 billion short for the remainder of this year and next year. Okay, $15 billion. And they say they can't pay pension benefits, which are the most vulnerable of pretty much all of us, low and no income safety net program veterans who are war period veterans out there who are receiving VA pension, they're saying that they might not be able to cover that for the remainder of the year, and they're short $2.9 billion, billion with a B, and then they're short $13 billion for next year. That's a huge error, right? You should be able to forecast, understand what's coming, be able to see the writing on the wall. You don't need to nail it down, but I'm telling you, 15 billions, I mean, that's a big miss. So you have that going on with the VA. You have all of the erroneous bonuses that were paid out through retention money to keep and maintain and retain, or attract the right talent at the VA for those that are serving us, the veterans. Instead, that money got paid out, and I believe it was around $10 million, paid out to execs at the VA, high leadership positions. And they got their hands slapped for that, and everybody's paying back the money, blah, blah, blah. Then you have I can't even count all of the technical IT type issues that have happened within the VA, both on the healthcare side and the benefits administration side, just a calamity of errors. Then you have the pension recoupment efforts because the VA was overpaying a bunch of veterans who are receiving VA pension. Again, VA pension is, look, you are not in a great situation when you're on pension. Pension is a low and no income safety net program for war period veterans and surviving spouses, okay? This is enough money you're barely making it by. And the VA wants to come and rip money back from them because they didn't catch it for 10 years. There should be some sort of a statute of limitations on that, or it should be like you cannot collect more than $80 a month, because that's about as much as you could take from somebody in those situations without driving them onto the streets. So you have the VA making those types of decisions to try to get out there and collect this money because they had missed it for so many years. On top of that, you have the COVID forbearance debacle, where you had a bunch of veterans out there who lost their job, couldn't find a job, whatever it was, reach out and say, hey, look, VA or lender who has my VA loan, I'm in a pickle here. I'm trying to get my job. I'm trying to do something, get my job back or find a job or whatever it is. And they say, great, you know what? You have a VA loan. The VA is allowing you to put that toward the end of the loan, 6 months, 12 months worth of mortgage payments to alleviate you of that stress while you're getting back on your feet. How's that sound? Yes, they say. Let's do that while I find a job. It takes me 6 more months to find a job. I got bills stacked up. I had to fix the car, whatever. Now, during that time period, the VA goes, we're going to end that. And anybody who isn't already done with that, well, now you're out of luck. So all of these lenders are reaching out to 40,000 veterans saying, hey, guess what? VA is not going to allow us to add it to the end of the loan anymore. So now you need to pay all of the amount that you are behind or get foreclosed on. Or, by the way, you could do a modification on your loan at today's awesome current rate, which is 4% higher than what you currently have. So the VA is not really in a position to tout much of anything other than, hey, we have a lot of new claims in, and we have a lot more veterans coming into VA healthcare because we've opened up the window of opportunity to allow more veterans into healthcare than ever before, which is good, right? I'm all for that. But wait a minute. The VA says we're going to reduce our healthcare staff by 10,000, by the way. Now, how are we going to do that? We're going to do it through attrition. We are going to just let people, they'll quit, they'll move on, they'll retire, whatever, and we just won't fill those positions. That's a horrible strategy. And who suffers? We, the veterans. So I'm not really that excited about the VA and their, I guess, lack of talking points, right? Sure, you can say we had record numbers come in and of claims, and we had record number of new healthcare enrollments, then how did you not see that you were going to be so short fiscally, right? How are you $15 billion short if you knew all this stuff was happening? You've been talking about it. It's been your talking points, right? PACT Act dashboard, all these new claims. We got all these veterans in. We've paid out this much in benefits, yada, yada, yada. We've opened up the door. We've now allowed up to 1 million new veterans to be eligible for health care without getting service connected first. That's great. We're breaking down barriers. We're going to lower our employee headcount at the healthcare, by the way, by 10,000. And we're not going to ask for any more money because we think we can handle it. Here's the paraphrased quote from the VA secretary. Congress, I think we have it under control, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to be able to manage this year fiscally with what we've been appropriated, and it looks good. However, if we do need more money, you'll see me again. I'll be coming back. I'll let you know if we need more. So you have to wait till the last minute. Here's the funny part. The House had already wrapped up their legislation for the spending bill for the VA. The Senate already marked up all their Senate bill for the VA's budget. And then a few days later, the VA shows up and says, hey, guess what? We're short $15 billion. It seems pretty ridiculous, and I don't know. So all that to say is that the VA needs some good talking points, and this is about the best they can do is leverage an idea and partnership with VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars, to basically pat themselves on the back for getting some claims done in a matter of a day or two, right? So claims done in a day or two, sure. At whose expense? Well, I mean, you're just front-loading people in front of other people. So, I'm not a big fan of that unless, like I said, it's a priority processing type request or a difficult situation, right? Pension benefits, sure. DIC benefits, sure. And then any reason for expedited processing through the priority processing, sure. Those should be our front-loaded ones. And oh, by the way, VA, you should map out the entire healthcare administration through the U.S., and everywhere that you have a medical facility, not a clinic, but the full medical facility, do an overlay, and that's where you should have all of these 1-2 day clinic type things, the claims clinics, and getting those priority type claims handled for these individuals that are in more severe circumstances like risk of becoming homeless or, like I said, dependency indemnity compensation for surviving spouse or survivor pension or veteran pension, those types of things. So with that, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you hearing my rant. I'm just, I don't know. I could be wrong, right? I mean, I get it. Not everybody thinks the same way. Other people may think it's great, and that's cool. I'm down for anything. This is just my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please put those in the description. Not in the description. Please put it's been a long day. Please put those in the comments for me. I'd love to see your thoughts on these claim clinics. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.